All right, welcome back. Game number 2 of the SLC Division II Conference Tournament. About to start here in about a minute and a half. Got myself, Chris Malone, with Coach Pete here to my left, head coach at Claremont. Coach Pete, we got University of San Diego taking on Cal State Fullerton. Cal State Fullerton comes in at ranked number 17th in the country, 9-3 overall, 5-0 in the division, and San Diego, University of San Diego, coming in at number 24, ranked 24th in the country, 6-8 on the season, 4-1 in the division. What are you thinking?
Well, I'll tell you what. Don't let San Diego's record fool you. They're a good team, and I think this is going to be a great matchup this afternoon. Like we were saying a little earlier today, I'm really excited to watch Fullerton play. And I watched the growth of that program over the last number of years. We talked about how I think the first game in their program's history was against Claremont. So,
there you go.
So I remember seeing, I just wanted, seeing the growth of where they've come from, their evolution of their program. This should be, in my opinion, this should be a 1-2 goal game today.
I agree.
Being equal, so
I agree. Right, ranked 17th in the country, ranked 24th in the country. I mean, that gives you an idea right there. One team's 5-0 in division, the other team's 4-1. And just so you know, in the SLC Division II, we have a North Division and a South Division within the Division II conference. One guy, I'm just going to name a couple guys here. We've seen San Diego play. We've had them on the SLC Game of the Week twice, and you got to bring up a guy like Aiden Kennedy. He's got 65 goals and 28 assists this year. He's a guy that everybody tuning in should make sure they watch. He's number 16. And then over on the Cal State Fullerton side, you got a guy, Micah Willis, sophomore attackman from Huntington Beach. He's got 32 goals and 39 assists. I expect both of those guys to be the ones that mainly have the ball in their stick, and if one of those guys has a really good day, more than likely that team's probably going to come out on top. So those are two guys I'm going to keep my eyes on. 16, Aiden Kennedy for San Diego. Number 12, Micah Willis for Cal State Fullerton. And if you missed our first game.
Interesting face-off, too. University of San Diego's coming out with 3 poles.
They're good. They have good defenders.
3 poles up on the face-off.
Yeah, Garrett Parsons is good. Pakunko is good. Sampson. They have solid poles. There's Garrett Parsons who's up there. There's Pakunko who comes up with the ground ball. These guys have good sticks. They can play. And before this game started.
That was interesting.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there maybe. But before this, our first game. Oh, here we go.
There's a break.
Oh! If you're just tuning in with us, Concordia in our first semifinal game beat NAU. I believe the final was 23-8. So Concordia will take on the winner of this game. And, man, that is a missed opportunity there by Harvey. That's Harvey for San Diego.
I think he was more shocked than anything else. It's one of those things where you look down and there's the ball.
We talked about that in the last one. Hey, look what I got.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that happened a number of times in the last game where maybe a feed to the crease ends up to a wing guy who just said, oh, right place, right time.
Oh, off the pipe.
Ball's free. These are the ones you just can't give up goals and right on top of the crease. Good job by San Diego to check down, and Davis comes up with the ball. And this is that clearing game, right? That pass was pretty close to being picked off. That I know has been an issue for San Diego throughout the season, has been their clearing game. That's something they're going to have to do well. You can't win big games and not clear the ball well.
Nice trail check there by Fullerton.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much at the point where probably NAU was with the start of the last game, where it's like, hey, let's calm down.
Settle down. It's a long game.
Seems like it's a little panic mode out there a little bit right now.
Everyone wants to get that first one, send that message. You all dream of getting that goal early. San Diego had a great opportunity to get that early goal.
This is the matchup of the game right here. Garrett Parsons on Micah Willis. This is something we want to keep our eyes on. Willis, we talked about him before the game started, leads the team in points, 32 goals, 39 assists. And Garrett Parsons, just being able to watch San Diego play twice this year, He's got to be one of the better defenders in the conference. And you know, the all-conference team will come out tomorrow, but I just know that that's going to be key matchup. Whoever wins that matchup is going to put their team in a great place to win this game today.
Both teams playing a little bit tentative here to start, and that's not unusual. This game, like every other game, will settle in here.
I like what Fullerton's doing. I mean, the first possession, not a lot of touches. Right? I don't know. I'm a big fan of getting everybody, just get the ball in their stick.
Yeah, get a touch, you know, get in the game, get in the flow.
Yeah, you don't need to score in 5 seconds, but get a good possession score, you know, maybe 45 seconds, minute 15. That's a great look right there. Good look by Willis.
And again, it's the same philosophy, you know, about, you know, get that first hit of the game, take that first hit of the game, get your body into it, get moving. You know, it just takes the jitters out.
Looks like San Diego might have dropped into a zone right there on the out of bounds. Nice check and GB here by Roush. Roush has 31 ground balls on the year. He's got 30 points on the year. Kind of do-it-all midfielder for San Diego. And if you tuned in with us in the first game, you saw Concordia kind of put their foot on the gas pedal and go full speed ahead. I don't think we're going to see as much transition in this game as we saw in the first one.
No, Concordia's transition game was scarily good. I mean, they were excellent in terms of transition. And early on in that first quarter, in that first game, it was just it was lights out.
Yeah, 10 goals in the first quarter.
And again, you can see now San Diego's just a little tentative, a little nervous maybe.
Here's Aiden Kennedy. We talked about him before post or pregame. You know, he's not only
doing a good job on the right.
Yeah, well, one of the things I was going to bring up, Aiden Kennedy has 60 ground balls this year. 60 ground balls.
That's a vacuum.
So you know he rides, right? And there's an offsides right there, and it starts with Aiden Kennedy on the ball, pressuring the defender.
San Diego here with a chance, pushing the transition.
Great
nice
save
by Fullerton.
Yeah, great save right there. First
and
save
now they got
game.
Numbers if they want it. And these tend to slow it down.
Yeah, Lorino comes up with the first save. He's 64% coming into this game. We already have a timeout here.
Taking an early timeout.
We're at the 10:08 mark here in the first quarter of our second semifinal game, the SLC Tournament. 0-0. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Cal State Fullerton takes their first time out of the half at the 10:08 mark of the first quarter. Coach Pete, you thinking that's just a settle down, calm down?
Yeah, I think so. Coach Ansel may not have liked what he saw and, took the time out just to get guys settle up. Here's really what we want to be doing. I really can't think of anything else. It was really nothing.
Pretty early, yeah. I don't know what else it could be either.
There's nothing to panic about at this point. 0-0.
That's an early timeout at a 0-0
Unless,
ball
he
game.
may have seen something from them offensively, defensively, like you
Sure.
said, he may have gone
Sure.
into his zone. He wanted to make sure his guys were checked up.
I have a feeling. No, I think you're right on. I have a feeling that's exactly what it might have been. And hey, they ran a zone on that end line that they might not have been ready for. They're in man-to-man. San Diego's in man-to-man right now, and it seems that Fullerton's just trying to figure out, all right, where's the weakness. But you hit on it right when the game started. They have good poles.
They have very
they
good
have 3 poles on the face-off. You don't put 3 poles on the face-off if they can't pick up ground balls and they aren't athletic. And there you go.
There's the first goal.
First goal. Number 20, Kowalski. Alice Kowalski was his 34th goal of the year. That's a great timeout right there by Coach Ansel. Anytime you can come out of a timeout with a G, it's a great timeout used.
I'll tell you, I'm laughing because most of the time when I call timeouts, I basically, I'm saying, okay, we come out, referee blows the whistle, we give the ball away. So
That's what happens, right? Either get a great possession or turn it over in the first 5 seconds.
I tend to go the latter.
So, right, that timeout was at the 10:08 mark. They score at the 9:06 mark, so about a 1-minute possession, and they get a goal off of it.
But I mean, San Diego's poles just swarm you on the faceoff.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And here's Aiden Kennedy. Wow, great save. Lorino comes up with another great save. That's his second of the game.
Now, obviously, we're looking here. Fullerton, now they're looking to maybe try to get out here on a run a little bit if they can.
Knowing that they're going to really have to earn their goals when it's 6-on-6. They can push it a little bit. But, Lorino's going to have to come up with clean saves to make that happen. And there's Davis with a nice save. Quick outlet. And there's Roush. Because we've seen that should be a play on right there, right?
I was going to say that.
I mean, the official said nothing happened. The guy fell on his chest.
Oh, nice pickoff.
Great pickoff right there.
Oh.
No, they're good.
They're good.
If anything, he probably should have kept going.
Well, yeah,
right?
They didn't have great communication on the ride.
Keep going. Yeah, Geiger, number 10, didn't tell Aiden Kennedy, number 16, to go over. Not much angle there.
He was basically behind the cage.
I think he was behind the goal. Not much angle on that one. Pace has picked up a little bit here. Took about 5 minutes into the quarter to kind of get these guys going.
Like I said, I think this game's going to be a dogfight. I think this game's going to rock up and back.
Yeah,
either way.
I agree. Good. Wow, great look inside. Number 23 with the finish. That's Goebel. This is 13th of the year.
Looked like San Diego had a little miscue on the defensive scheme there, too. No second slide at all.
Cal State Fullerton goal, number 23, Braden Goebel.
Yeah, that was probably, they're as good as their defense has looked this early on in the game.
And then again, it's early in the game. And
quick slide, but you can't go unless you have a 2.
Little miscommunication.
If you don't have someone telling you that you're good to go, you can't go. Right? You can't just go, because that's what happens. So San Diego on the faceoffs, they've won the first 2 faceoffs of the game, and they're going to take this third one as well. Intensity is picking up a little bit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I can hear the coaches pretty clear. Pretty clear over here.
Well, nobody picked up the ball for San Diego. They were afraid they were going to get a delay game.
Yeah. The coaches always talk about having that sense of urgency. Let's pick it up and go. Someone pick it up, right?
Yeah, so, the last thing you want to do is turn the ball over. You just got it.
Yeah, especially after giving up an easy goal. And to be honest, San Diego could probably have a goal or 2 right now. Lorino's made 2 solid saves.
They've had their chances. They've had 2
Harvey
really
misses
good
a cage on a 1-on-1 in the first, 30 seconds of the game? Maybe first minute of the game. So this is really our first look at San Diego's offense. And here's Whitlock. Good physical player. Cal State doing a great job keeping the San Diego offense in check, and this is what you got to do. Go through this guy. It's unfortunate with the pass. It looks like it's going to stay in bounds, but as you know, Aiden Kennedy got to step on this guy right away. And if I'm Coach Parr, I am going through Aiden Kennedy until they stop him. There he is. There you go. Nice high shot.
Save.
Another good
high
save.
To high.
Yeah, I like the take. Bad shot placement. I like the dodge. Well, that's easy for the defender right there. That's a tough one. They're going to get numbers here. Nope. Good job by Cal State getting into the hole. Find your short sticks. Give it to your short sticks. Move the ball right now.
I was just thinking to myself, as a coach, I might have called the timeout there. But
yeah, early.
It's early.
I think it's early. You're only down 2. It's first quarter. Maybe, though. It crosses your mind.
Only because, again,
another save.
Comes down with the ball, and there was no help for him there.
Sure. Lorena with his 4th save of the quarter. We're at the 4:50 mark of the first quarter. It's 2-0 Cal State Fullerton. These teams did not play each other in the regular season, so this is their first matchup of the year. Sorry, they actually did play. We're going to get you a recap of that.
I think it was a 2-goal game, if I'm correct.
Sorry, it wasn't. Sorry, they did play. It was a 2-goal game. We're going to get a score for you. Score is, sorry, it was not a 2-goal game. It was a 6-goal game. Score is 14-8, Cal State Fullerton. So San Diego wants a little redemption and find themselves in a little hole right now. Coming up on the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Seems to me like Cal State has kind of settled in a little bit better than San Diego has.
Their offense flows a little bit better right now.
Exactly. Not forcing it like that shot that Aiden Kennedy just took. Not much angle. I mean, that's a good save, but not much angle.
Well, again, and I think San Diego's getting a little bit impatient here. Almost to the end of the first quarter, they want to get that first goal.
Sure.
And
and then they can move on, right? That's right. It's funny as a coach. Hey, if we can just get that first one,
well, that's
then
it.
We'll
that
be
opens
fine.
up. You say it opens up the floodgates a little bit.
Another timeout. Coach Ansel takes his second timeout of the half. He's out of timeouts. We're at the 3:25 mark of the first quarter here of our second semifinal game. 2-0 Cal State Fullerton over the University of San Diego. And we'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're at the 3:25 mark of our second semifinal game between Cal State Fullerton and the University of San Diego. Coach Ansel just used his second timeout of the first half, so he's out of timeouts.
I will use the 50-cent word for today, when that is, I'm a little flummoxed on that one. Go through the timeout so quickly.
Yeah.
But, he obviously saw something that concerned him enough to call that timeout.
And know what? San Diego, I think, does a smart thing here coming into the zone, coming out of the timeout into a zone defense.
I'm a big fan of the zone in terms of it slows you down offensively.
Sure.
Whether you want to or not.
Get you out of rhythm. No question. And it gives your goalie a chance to make some saves. And I actually, this is the second time we've seen the San Diego zone. I actually liked their zone over their man.
I do too. I mean, again, to play against the zone, it's nerve-wracking sometimes if they play it well, because you're just not seeing those openings you want.
Well, the 15-yard shot's there if you want it.
Right. If you got some guys with some cannons, that's great.
If you want it, right? And you can look at the midfielders up top. They're not sitting on the restraint line. They're on the 16-yard line. 16 yards above goal line.
What it takes away.
Tight.
In my mind, what the zone takes away is the one-on-ones.
Sure.
Because you've got to help.
Sure. Yeah, we're staying so tight that if they have to rotate, if they have to slide, they can still do it. Right. So if they dodge here, the slide should be there right now.
If they're going to score on the zone, they're going to beat the goalie clean. It's just going to be a good shot.
It's a good take right there. Great take.
By Core. And then when you do run the zone, you have to put a lot of confidence in your goalie. You put a lot of stock in your goalie.
That's the
to
thing.
Make those saves from 10, 12 yards out.
Davies is going to have to come up with a save here, but against the zone, and Coach Holman and I would talk about this on our broadcast. I'm a big believer in just go at the shorties. If I'm Core right here, go right at that guy. There's your rip right there. It's about a 14-yard shot. And this is a shot right here, so that's Awalt going for it. Good job by the Cal State Fullerton defender, Silverberg, come up with a nice GB, and they actually might have some numbers here. Nice pass. Right, if I'm number 20 and number 2, which is that's Core and that's Kowalski, I'm going right at those short sticks in the zone. Now I think we're still in the zone. Right, here's Core with the ball. He's got a short stick on him. Dodge him and see what happens. There's Kowalski. He's got a short stick on him. See what happens.
I really, it's more of a psychological thing offensively when you go up against the zone. It's like you tell yourself, I can't go, right. I can't go, I can't go.
Right.
And the reality is, like you said, find a short-on-short matchup and go.
Yeah. See what happens.
Or in my mind, find a short-on-short matchup and invert him. And go from behind.
Yeah. Some teams will run their man-up plays against the zone, right? So that's a bad shot, right? That's an alley shot, right? Not a lot of angle, but also not a lot of time left in the quarter, but there's still time left in the quarter. There it goes.
All right.
Loreno acted as if maybe time was going to run out right there, but there's still about 5 seconds to go in the quarter when he caught that ball.
The end of the first quarter, the score is Cal State.
So here we are, end of the first quarter, 2-0 Cal State Fullerton. Right, the tempo's not as fast as it was in our first game of the day, but this is more of like a chess match game, as you would say.
Two different styles of play from first game with Concordia, who just runs and guns and lets it all hang out, for lack of a better term, compared to these two teams, Fullerton and San Diego, a little more calculated, settle it down, let's find our good looks and go. Pluses and minuses to both.
Sure. Sure.
But as we said, I think this is going to be a 1-2 goal game.
Yeah, I expect the same. And with that, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. This is our second game of the SLC Division II Conference Tournament at La Casa Canyon High School. Beautiful day. Right, we got Coach Pete here to my left. The clouds are gone. The clouds have vanished. It's 2-0 Cal State Fullerton. Way we got there, you got Kowalski had the first goal of the game. And then Goebel got his first of the game, making it 2-0. Loreno's got 4 saves. That's the Cal State goalie. He's got 4 saves in the contest.
And, he's really held it together. I mean, San Diego's had some really good legitimate chances to score early on, especially in the opening faceoff sequence.
Right. Yeah, no question. San Diego's had 2 or 3 legitimate opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net, and Loreno has kept the ball out. In my mind, he's kind of been the top guy, and then Cal State's offense is doing a pretty good job of, like you talked about, use that word flow.
Yeah, and then San Diego's back in the zone again, and I think that's a good move on their part.
Right. The only thing with that is, you got your attackmen sitting down here who haven't touched the ball in a while. Do they get antsy? Are they going to get antsy because they haven't touched the ball? So we'll see. We'll see how San Diego's attack does, and we'll see how their offense does. If their defense can get a stop and then they can get the ball down on offense, are they going to rush it or are they going to take their time?
Time will tell.
Right, we'll see.
But I do like what San Diego's doing defensively because it is slowing the ball game down for them. They're not really worrying about the one-on-one matchup as much as they were early on. But again, and I think they do a good job of sliding on that.
No, their zone defense is.
I mean, they're well schooled in their zone.
Yeah, it's on point right now. I like Coach Parr going into a zone. Good rotation there.
I mean, the key on the zone is individually, don't overplay yourself. Don't get beat.
Stay tight.
Yeah,
Stay
exactly.
Tight.
Let them throw all the fakes they want at you.
Sure.
Just
stay tight.
Stay your ground and
don't get extended. Like you said, don't Willis throws a ball fake there, don't go for it, right?
I mean, look, they're keeping their composure on defense.
Passing guys on. Communication has to be on point here. And that's a nice bounce shot. Looks like the goalie Davis would have gotten screened on that one, but that's going to be number 20.
That's the second of the day for
the
Kowalski.
Second. Yeah, Kowalski with a second goal.
Kowalski, assist number 23.
But again, I wouldn't abandon the zone because they scored the goal. I mean, I think that was the kind of shot you wanted to take, and the goalie's got to make that save.
You don't see a lot of overhand bounce shots.
That's old school.
You just don't see a lot. I mean, personally for me, if Kowalski took that shot 4 more times, I think he might hit the cage twice and he's going to miss the cage twice. I mean, he might score that shot 20, 25% of the time. So, right underneath that ball was placed right in the corner. It was a great place.
Ball is a good shot.
If I'm Coach Parr, like you said, don't get out of the zone defense. If they're going to score like that, God bless them.
An offsides call.
Yep.
Coming up against
San Diego. So
San
he's got to go over. And this is once again one of those situations where you don't have to take a shot that you normally wouldn't take. Still run your offense. Yeah, San Diego has 7 down there on defense, but still run your offense. And see if you can get a quality shot out of it. Right, no rush. So I would say right now, Cal State Fullerton has won both face-offs this quarter, where San Diego won all 3 in the first quarter, and Cal State, in my mind, they're controlling the game. Granted, it helps that San Diego is playing a zone, but in a zone you can get antsy and throw the ball away and make poor decisions. They're making good decisions. They're being patient, and they're waiting for their good opportunities. They might get another one right there. Not going to call it. I don't know if they maybe get a 30. They're going to get an offsides call here, but I thought maybe that was either a hold, but they just let them play.
Yeah, I think that was a good non-call.
Good non-call?
I think it was a good non-call.
Offsides 30.
So we got a first man-up opportunity for Cal State. this afternoon.
Is on
We're at the 11:29 mark of the second quarter.
30-second technical offside.
And it's going to be a 30-second offsides penalty on San Diego. Kind of stats of the game right now. Kowalski's got 2 goals for Cal State. Loreno's got 4 saves. On the face-offs, we're pretty much even. San Diego's 1-3, Cal State's 1-2. Good little hitch. Good job by the
San Diego
defense
does a
right
nice
there.
job there.
I mean, Kowalski's one of their guys, right? I mean, he's one of their top guys. He's 33 goals this year. He's at 35 after having 2. And then you got Willis, number 12. I don't even know where he is. He's over here.
San Diego, they got numbers.
They do have numbers. That's just one of those where it's like, hey, the penalty ends as you make a save, right? Turns into your favor.
I thought they did a really nice job on the man down.
They did.
They didn't give up a shot and really just kind of stifled him.
And there you go, Aiden Kennedy. And if you notice, Aiden Kennedy decided to go to the goal when he realized that the defender guarding him did not have any help. He knew it.
Yeah,
he knew it. You know, he knew it. He saw the off-ball defenders looking away from him to get their guy, and that's when he attacked his defender. No slide. Nice goal by Aiden Kennedy. Right, and if you notice in the first quarter, Aiden Kennedy was attacking from the goalie's right side, so the goalie's stick side. Now he's attacking from the goalie's left side, which is his off-stick side.
And he stuck it right-handed.
He stuck it, yeah, he stuck it near pipe, right over the goalie's left shoulder. So I don't know if that's Aiden Kennedy changing, hey, what side of the field am I going to dodge from, or if that's Coach Parr saying, hey, let's get you on the other side of the field now. Right? That's just some things that you got to do. I mean, you just got to figure it out.
Well, that's it. I mean, good players are going to figure that stuff out. I mean, you know, sometimes things happen. Coaches don't even see it.
Right.
And you know, the players are figuring it out, and that's great.
So that was a much-needed goal by San Diego's Aiden Kennedy. He comes into this game with 65. He actually, in our last game, the first round game, he scored his 200th goal of his career against Biola. Not bad. Not bad for
not bad at all.
Not bad for a career. 200. I believe that might be 201, 202 or 203 that he just had. He had 12 goals in that game against Biola, 3 assists. He had 15 points against
That's a career. That's a career in one game.
For some players, that is. They don't get that in a career.
That is a career.
You know? So, we talked about him in the beginning of the broadcast, and, I mean, if he does well, they will do well. Nice save, Lorena. You better take good shots if you're going to score against him. Like, that's that alley shot, which people think, oh, this is a great opportunity. It's not the best opportunity. Sticks to the outside of the field.
And then, like we were saying earlier,
better bring the heat.
Every step you take,
right,
you're cutting down your angle.
Right.
And the best for me, like we said, is on that alley dodge, just roll back. Look for the roll
Sure,
back.
get to the middle of the field. Wow, nice dodge behind the cage by Willis. Parsons got tied up a little bit.
I was also going to say, on the transition from offense to defense, I think San Diego's doing a better job of getting in early and slowing down the break for against Fullerton.
See, that's actually if I'm Ryan Davis, the goalie for San Diego, I want that shot on cage because I'm gonna eat that up 90+% of the time. I'm in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, shoot it. But no, that's a great point. San Diego's done a good job getting in the hole, and I'm sure that's something Coach Parr has worked on with his players this week. Is we don't want to give up transition. We want to make this a 6-on-6 game. Make them beat us.
I mean, I know they're losing right now, but I'm really impressed with their zone defense. I think they're solid on it. They're tight. They communicate well.
Yeah.
And they don't panic.
Well, they lost to them earlier in the year, 14-8. So they're looking, like we said, for a little redemption. Unfortunately, there's a loose ball push there by Geiger. Right, get the ball out of the box. You'll get your quick whistle. But San Diego's playing disciplined, fundamentally sound defense for sure, whether it's transition defense or 6-on-6 or even their man down. I mean, that's a good slide right there, right?
That's ambitious.
Kowalski's the guy right now on offense who's kind of separating himself as, hey, I'm going to get a step on you. You're going to have to stop me because I'm going to keep going to the cage. Just wide there by Core, but that's a good dodge. That's just shoot it overhand. I would just shoot it overhand. Because he had a better angle there because he was closer to the middle of the field. But obviously sidearm, something that he needs to just work on. So just a basic, fundamentally overhand shot, offside. There's a set play right there. Wow. Willis with a nice overhand shot, as I was just saying about Core.
And again,
number 12, Micah Willis.
Defensively, they did not do a bad job on that. He took a shot. It was a pretty low angle shot.
He did not have a great angle shot, but that was that same goal that you're saying in the last game that Burrell should have had, right?
Right, exactly.
Right? But Davis tips his stick and it goes right over his head, right? But that's why you shoot overhand.
And that's the kind of shot from a goalie standpoint. You're saying, yeah, take that shot. No angle.
Sure.
I'm covering the short pipe. I'm covering the short post there.
Yep.
And he beat you. But that just happened. That happens.
So nice goal by Willis. Nice play run. San Diego actually wins that face-off, but loses the ball. Good pressure there by Pakunko. Forces the turnover. And that's the thing, right? If you're going to put poles on the face-off, if you don't get the ground ball, you pressure. That's why you're up there, right? Some teams will put poles on the face-off and then they don't pressure the ball. It's like, well, we can put a short stick up there and do that.
Same thing done, yeah.
Right? So 6:25 to go here in the second quarter. Cal State Fullerton up 4-1 over San Diego. They met earlier in the year. Cal State Fullerton won that game 14-8. This is our second game of the SLC Division II Conference Tournament. We're going to get a timeout by Coach Parr in San Diego.
Timeout, University of San Diego.
And with 6:08 to go in the second quarter, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll come right back.
There's no better feeling knowing there's nobody out here that has worked harder than I have.
All right, welcome back. Coach Parr called a timeout there. Wanted to make sure he gets a good possession here, down 4-1. Obviously, looking to close the gap. Coach, I'm going to ask you, if you're San Diego, what are you thinking? If you're Coach Parr there in that huddle, what are you saying to his guys?
Again, stay calm, stay relaxed. The game is young, and just move the ball. Let's not turn the ball over.
So good possession, right? Let's have a good possession. Let the ball do the work, right? Let the ball do the work. A lot of these guys will run with it too much.
And find the matchups you like. I mean, let's find the short-on-short matchups. If you're drawing the pole up top, let's bury that pole, get him out of there.
Here's a good matchup right here. Roush on the short stick. I also like Aiden Kennedy on whoever's guarded by him. I mean, he has kind of forced it a little bit, but, I mean, he does have the one goal. Here's Geiger. Good athletic midfielder. And here's Kennedy. I mean, at some point, he's just, I believe that if the game continues to go the way it goes, I think Aiden Kennedy is going to be a guy that's just going to say, Coach, give me the ball. Let me see what I can do. Good look inside. Nice save.
I mean, that's the look they were looking. That's what they were looking for.
Got to clear it now. Got to
Doing
ride.
a nice job on the ride.
Wow, good hustle
Smart
right there.
play.
Yeah,
Very
smart
smart
Loreno,
play.
great hands. And there's Aiden Kennedy with a great ride. It's unfortunate the ball goes right to the Cal State player. But Loreno, 6 saves on the day. 1 goal against. I mean, that's going to give you confidence right
and again,
there.
That's not the smartest play on Fullerton's part. They were actually yelling to slow the ball down.
Sure.
And he's trying to go through 2 or 3 guys. Just pull out. Let's get your personnel on the field and settle up.
Yeah, Parsons, he's good. You know, I recruited him when I was at Arizona State. He is a good defender. Comes from St. Margaret's. I believe comes from Santa Margarita. Sorry. Well-coached program. So, I mean, here you go. I mean, he's got a pull on him, but good ride. He lost it. Good ride. Way to get it back.
And again, San Diego does a nice job of getting in early.
Yep.
Stopping the break.
And this time the Cal State players listen to the coach's call, that universal yellow call. Essentially means slow it down. You know, you look at yellow, right, on a yellow essentially means when you're driving, if you can make it go. Right? I'm wondering, why don't we call it red?
Yeah.
Red. Right? Because yellow's like, hey, if you think you can go, you go to go.
Well, if you
right?
live in LA and that's how you drive, like me, I drive in LA every day. Yellow to me is just green. You know,
Sure.
just go.
Sure. You never hear any teams ever say red. Right? That's the only reason I'm bringing it up.
No, I agree with you. I don't.
It's nice over.
a nice save.
Yeah, it is a nice save.
But again, that's the shot they want to be giving up.
Right.
10, 12 yards out.
Right.
Goalie sees it all the way. I mean, if San Diego can get their offense moving a little bit, just,
Oof.
you know, I guess
Rouse.
they're getting their chances.
Rouse just misses wide. I like that take, though, in transition, kind of like, once again, how Aiden Kennedy scored his goal.
He's getting a good angle.
Right? No slide. You beat your guy, you get a shot. San Diego could really use one here. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark of the second quarter of our second semifinal game. Wow, Loreno. If you notice Loreno, he steps up. Timeout call by Coach Parr. That's a great timeout call. But if you watch Loreno, he steps up and takes angles away from the shooter.
He's attacking.
You
He's attacking the ball. He's attacking the shooter.
That's his 7th save of the game. We're at 1:49 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. This is a chess match. You know, Coach Parr's got to figure out how to score it.
There's no better feeling knowing there's nobody out here that has worked harder than I have.
All right, welcome back. We're at the minute 49 mark of the second quarter of the second semifinal game between University of San Diego and Cal State Fullerton. Both teams have used both of their timeouts. And so we're coming out of a San Diego timeout, and that's Coach Parr's second. 4-1. San Diego trying to figure out this Cal State Fullerton defense. And Coach, last time there was a timeout, right? San Diego called a timeout. It was just, be calm, be patient. Now I think we're at a point where it's like, all right, who do we go at, right?
And again, I question the shot selection only because you're coming right out of a timeout and you're driving and shooting. I mean, work the ball, go to school in their defense a little bit, see if you can't soften them up. I mean,
if you're going to take that shot on the run, you better bring the heat.
Well, again, I think it's just a little bit of impatience.
Yeah, and that's what happens,
and
right?
A little bit of frustration because they haven't been able to score yet and beat them more than once.
And we talked about that. When you play a zone defense, is your offense going to get antsy? Are they going to force the issue? Or are they still going to be able to run their offense? The one thing we haven't talked about is that, is San Diego, in my mind, from the two games that we've seen earlier this year, they play fast. Now they're playing extremely slow. Right, and I'm not saying right or wrong either way, but a lot of teams can't play at multiple paces.
I mean, you are who you are. I mean, that's your identity.
Right.
I mean, again, after watching the first game today, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Concordia wants to slow it down. I mean, that's their game. They're going to play that upbeat game. I mean, other teams play the slow game. I mean, years and years ago when Coach Tierney was coaching at Princeton, the trademark was they were going to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Wow! That is a hashtag SportsCenter top 10 right there. With Simpson going between his legs, catching that ball with his left hand, flinging it through between his legs, and finding the back of the net. We're gonna show the replay here.
Number 22, Alex Simpson.
That's pretty stuff. That is pretty. Hopefully we get the replay up for you. That's just great handles. Simpson comes from. There it is right there. And there's that shot right between the legs. I'm going to call that a hashtag SportsCenter top 10. See if we can get that into him. And that's at the end of the quarter.
The same thing happened last night in the Grand Canyon game. Right about this time in the second quarter, Grand Canyon scores to go through their legs.
Oh, yeah.
So
At the end of 2 quarters.
Right. Hey, look, when you don't have much time on the clock, do whatever you need to do to get the shot off, right?
Whatever it takes. And again, I think a lot of times you look at that, it reminds you of box lacrosse. That's a box lacrosse influence right there.
And in box lacrosse, they have a shot clock.
Right. So you
right?
you get the ball, you turn and shoot, or you get it, and wherever it goes, it goes.
And maybe we bring this up, in the third quarter, but that's where you talk about the shot clock, and it would be hard for the MCLA teams to have a shot clock, but if you have a shot clock, you're going to see more exciting plays being made like the one we just saw, because you're going to have guys try to do things at the end of a shot clock that they only really get an opportunity to do at the end of quarters.
Yeah,
right?
I'm a proponent of the shot clock. I think it would help our game. I think it helps the game.
I do too.
Not that our game needs a lot of help, because I think the game is amazing.
I agree.
But again, going to the shot clock,
You're just going to see more plays on a regular basis. It's just like watching, college basketball. I mean, or the NBA. I mean, how many great baskets do you see that are made at the end of a shot clock in the NBA?
I mean, if you watch MLL games with the shot clock now,
right.
I mean, what it does is you're going to get a chance offensively every minute. I mean, it's just going to come and it's going to turn over. But
so that's yet to be determined if the shot clock ever breaks through into our sport. So 5-1, Cal State Fullerton over San Diego. We're obviously at halftime. Got 8 minutes to go into halftime, and we'll be back about a minute or two before the third quarter starts.
Dayton won their CCLA championship. 15-10 over Lawrence. Chance to unseat Victoria in the 2 spot. So wait, Dayton. Wait, who else? So wait, who else? Who else is won? Who else is in the tournament right now? Yeah. Oh, we got. What's your special? Like, what do you put in there for them? Who else is playing? Okay. Go to the team. Who else is BYU.
Buffs lost. BYU beat Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think it's down in the same game.
Yeah.
Really?
They did really well.
394 in this call, and they're tailed out by 8.
There's no reason why they didn't do it. Yeah.
Here I am. All right, hey, we're gonna get going here in a minute. I just want to know what we changed. Called that last weekend. Cal Poly beat the crap out of State. They're in the bottom. 30-second mark. So 30 seconds on that clock. Kansas State is in.
Yeah, there was no like
How about Missouri
seafood
Valley?
place in, you know where Old Town Connecticut is? Do you know where Rancho Cal Road is? Like instead of you take Rancho Cal, like go to the freeway, like we're gonna go to Old Town. Instead of turning left, go into Old Town. Just went straight like right up that little creek or river. There's an old restaurant there. And that was a point to a bunch of money. We went there like it was Valentine's Day. They had only been open a week. It was a little, you know, they're still getting some of the kinks with it. You know, it's like you had a separate line to order food, and they were getting the patio kind of finished. They were big old thing. I think they can get down. It'll be perfect in the summer. Everybody kind of comes over. That place is just cool. You know, as long as they keep their prices like you know, sparkling foods are always around $5 for 16 ounces.
All right, welcome back. It is 5-1. Cal State Fullerton over San Diego. This is our second semifinal matchup of the day. Our first game was between Concordia and Northern Arizona University, with Concordia winning 23-8. So far in this matchup, it's been all Cal State Fullerton, and it really has been the play of their goaltender, Lorino, with 8 saves and only giving up 1. I'm impressed.
I mean, you know, San Diego's really been snake bit on offense. I mean, they've had their chances, and they've been shut down. And, you know, it's not that they're playing badly. They're just getting shut down.
So it just means, you know, essentially just make sure, you know, if you're San Diego, you want to get back in this game, you're going to get shots. You just got to make sure you put the ball in a really good place, because if you just shoot to shoot, it's not going in. You got to shoot to score. You got to make sure that your shot is a high quality shot and go from there. And it's unfortunate they start off the second half with a turnover. But they've done well in the face-offs. They've won 7 out of 9 face-offs. And Cal State Fullerton is probably going to continue to keep doing what they've been doing throughout the first half, which is get down on offense, spin the ball around, try to lull you to sleep a little bit and see what they can find.
And it looks like San Diego's out in a man to start the half.
Yeah,
on defense.
I think if you're down 5-1, and maybe they're just trying to pick up the pace. We talked about it earlier. San Diego, in my mind, is a team that likes to play fast. And if you're sitting in a zone, you're essentially putting on the brakes of the game. And San Diego's not getting many offensive opportunities. So maybe they're just going to try to pick it up here a notch, get the ball on the ground, and see if they can get off to the races. You can always come back to the zone. Let's say, you make this game 5-3, 5. You can always come back to it, if you need to. Because it works.
It worked well for them in the first half. I mean, they gave up the shots they wanted to give up.
Yep. Nice save. Nice save by Davis.
But I agree with you. As the game wears on, they're going to have to push the pace a little bit, especially, they got to make some goals up here.
Yeah, I mean, before you know it, you're like, all right, we're, 10 minutes left in the ball game. We're still down 4. We're down 5. I think by that time it could be too late. So I don't mind coming out. And Coach Parr obviously made the adjustment at halftime to say, hey, we're going to go man-to-man, and we're going to slide, and we're going to pressure the ball, and there you go. And we're going to create turnovers. And I mean,
they've got numbers if they push you.
Right, and it couldn't have ended up in a better player stick than Parsons. I mean, he can go. He can make plays. Wow, the ball just ends up in Kennedy's stick. Man, Loreno really has Kennedy's number right now. It's probably his 4th save on Kennedy alone.
I mean, and San Diego just shaking their heads because they can't find a solution here.
No, they really can't. They can't get by the brick wall right now. But that might be another situation where, the closer Kennedy got, the less room he had.
Players don't realize that.
Shoot that right away.
You always tell your players when you beat that first guy and you got the shot, you take it. They wait too long. They try to beat a second guy, and they think they got a better shot if they take another step or two, and they really don't. You're right. It's all about angles.
But, I mean, that man-to-man defense was exactly what Coach Parr wanted. He got it, got the turnover, and he's going to get another one here. Whoever gets to it, Willis gets to it before Parsons can. Ball's going to stay in. Ooh, did he step on the line there?
I don't know if he stepped out. I didn't think he stepped out.
I didn't think so either.
It was right below us. I don't think he stepped out. I was waiting for the push call.
That's debatable. We'll take that one to the judge. Wow.
And that hurts.
That does hurt.
That hurts because you were doing a nice job defensively.
Yeah, Simpson, I think some of the shooters for Cal State have figured out how to beat Davis, and that's shooting high to high. Davis is going to dip his if you can get enough on your shot, you can beat him high to high. And Simpson, he's the one who had the goal at the end of the first half, which in my mind could be on SportsCenter tonight at some point. So we'll see what happens there, see if we can get that clip in the SportsCenter for maybe a top 10 highlight reel.
But this is a watershed moment for San Diego right here because now they're down 5.
Compared to maybe 3.
Compared to 3. And,
right.
and they've got to stop the bleeding here in a sense. And they're not doing a bad job defensively. They really got to get some help on the offensive side and stick those opportunities when they get them. I mean, I think their poles are doing a good job. They're doing a decent job on the ground balls. They're just not taking care of it on the offensive side. And, again, there's a miscue right there.
Wow. Hobel getting all over Rouse, but Rouse is going to go here. Nice draw and dump.
And, again, there's no –
Harvey's got to turn the corner.
He's got to get a step higher.
He's got to turn the corner. Oh, that's going to be an interference. Yeah, I was going to say that might be a high hit. That's unnecessary. Cal State didn't need it. They had to save. They had the ball.
And that should be locked in.
1-8, unnecessary, 1 minute.
It's going to be an unnecessary roughness penalty for 1 minute. It's going to be San Diego's first man up. It's not locked in. I did not get the number for the young man who had the penalty. So we'll see what San Diego can do here. Looks like they're going to be in a 1-4-1 and with some cutters. And I don't know. There's the opening right there by Roush.
There you go.
I was going to say, I was trying to figure out what was going on in there. They looked like they had 3 guys on the crease kind of moving in and out, and they just found Roush wide open on the doorstep with a nice finish.
San Diego goal, number 2.
All right, maybe that's the catalyst now. Maybe that gets them going offensively.
22, Drew Hardy.
Roush. Brandon Roush. You for Harvard?
6-2, Cal State Fullerton at the 10:34 mark of this third quarter. Understatement saying San Diego needed that one.
You know, that was needed. That was needed
that
in a
one
big
bad.
way. Again, let's if they get the momentum here and maintain possessions. But
Face off one.
here's
there
a break. Here's a break.
That could be a slash. And they're going to throw it. They're going to throw it.
Looks like he got him on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's going to be a slash right there.
Blue, number 25, slash, 1 minute personal foul. It's releasable.
Shea, number
Blue
25,
slash,
with a 1 minute slash. And that's another reason why I love just having defenders play the bottom hand, because then you keep your stick away from the head area of your opponent. Cal State comes out in a 2-3-1. Willis is going to probably be a distributor behind the cage. Good ball movement here. And there you go.
Textbook man up on that.
Yeah, that was pretty. Looks like they've done that a couple times this year, right? Core finds the back of the net for this first of the game.
Cal State Fullerton's
His
goal,
27th goal
number 26,
of the season, making a 7-2 Cal State Fullerton over San Diego with 9:59 to go in this third quarter. Man, just when San Diego gets one in, right? They score 1 goal in 30 minutes of play in the first half.
And then they get one right back.
So it's not easy for them to get goals. They get one here, within the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and then they give one right back. Good pressure here by White. Right side by Cal State Fullerton on the GB. To get it, but then San Diego gets it right back. And San Diego's going to have possession here. See, this is, that would have been a good time to go. I mean, because there's no
He didn't have a slide. He didn't have a slide.
There's no one. I actually think if I'm San Diego, I'm trying to score within the first 5 to 10 seconds of the offense because there's no slide. Nice save. Lorino with 11 saves on the day. Nice outlet. 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
And again, San Diego doing a decent job getting back in on the transition. And
I don't think they've given up
the
any transition goals. They're making Cal State earn every one of them. But you could tell. So here's what I see. All right, first time watching Cal State Fullerton play. They're used to playing slow. Right, that's what they do.
Right. They play very deliberate.
Right, where I think San Diego, they want to play fast. Right, at least what I've seen in the past, they want to play fast. So you got Cal State is essentially controlling the game and controlling the tempo and playing the way that they like to play, right? That fits their style.
Right.
And San Diego is not. They're not playing the way they want to play. They want to run and gun. They want to push the ball in transition. They want to play like the Concordia style, and that's essentially why I believe we're at 7-2.
And also, again, Fullerton's goalie is playing outstanding. He's made some great saves and close.
But I think if from a comfort level,
Cal
State is just so much more comfortable right now.
You're right. I mean, San Diego would love to be running and gunning.
Right.
and Fullerton plays a much more deliberate game.
$7:40 to go here in the third quarter. If you missed us in the first game, Concordia beat Northern Arizona University 23-8, and they're going to advance tomorrow to the championship game. Good defense right there.
Smart play by Fullerton there.
Coach Ansel is going to call a timeout.
Cal State Fullerton timeout. That is their first.
It's his first of the half. So he has one more remaining for the contest. And with
Alex Simpson for Fullerton looks like he's hobbling a little bit.
Number 22, we'll see how he's doing. He's bent over right now.
He's got 2 goals on the day.
So we're going to take a short break right now. We'll come right back to you. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. We're coming out of the Cal State Fullerton timeout. It's their first timeout of the half. 7-2 here, Cal State over San Diego. This is our second semifinal game.
Good trail check by San Diego.
You know, and that's something that, you know, that's that pressure. They have to do that. I mean, if they want to get easy goals,
I mean, they've done a good job of getting the ball on the ground. They just have to do a better job of picking it up and getting out.
Right. The winner of this game will take on Concordia University, who beat Northern Arizona earlier today, 23-8. And Coach Pete and I have been talking about how San Diego just needs to pick up the pace a little bit here. That's a great look inside. Willis with a nice look to Kowalski. Kowalski's got his third of the game. And if you ask me right now, Cal State is extremely comfortable whether they're on defense or on offense.
Goal number 20, Alex Kowalski.
They're kind of doing whatever they. I don't want to say they're doing whatever they want right now, but they know if they run their offense, they feel really good about getting a good opportunity at the end of it.
They've found their groove. They found their flow, and
they have.
And San Diego just hasn't gotten there yet. And again, we talked earlier about body language. I'm looking at the body language, and it's night and day. I mean, San Diego needs a positive outcome here now.
You're only down 6.
I mean, look,
26 minutes to go, or 21 minutes plus to go in this game. You get 1 goal, you get 2 goals. I mean, you could be back in this thing. And Cal has won 3 out of the 4 faceoffs for this quarter. We're in the whole entire first half. They only won 2. So they have more faceoff wins in this quarter than they had in the first half. And obviously their confidence is getting up. I think, I was almost thinking now, was that a push?
Yeah, it was a loose ball push.
Man, my eyes must be. I thought it was debatable. Nice save by Davis. Willis wasn't taking that shot in the first half. He's taking that now, when you're up 6 goals. You're going to probably do some things.
And you're feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he just had a nice feed to Kowalski on the last goal. But, I mean, Cal State, I do believe they're playing exactly the way they want to play. Slow it down, move the ball, lull the defense to sleep, and then see what we can do about, after having it for 30 or 40 seconds.
I mean, at some point, and maybe it's a little too early right now, but I think and San Diego's got to extend that defense a little bit to put a little more pressure.
Nice save by Dave. You got to get ground balls. You mentioned it. You got to pick up the GB.
And again, it's an errant outlet pass. You're just not giving yourself chances offensively.
I mean, Coach Parr. You got probably your best. He is your best player. Aiden Kennedy is your best player. You think about maybe playing him at midfield.
That's what I was saying earlier. Bring him out.
I'm talking play defense. I'm talking like put him on a wing on a face-off.
Right.
I get him involved in the game, right? Because right now he's not touching the ball.
I mean, I'd like to see them go into a little invert on offense just to get something new, a different type of flow.
Sure. Change it up.
Take Fullerton's defensive, middies,
Woo!
and there you go.
Geiger with a rip high to low. And if you notice, they dodged right away. They did not take their time. They did not take their time on that offensive set. And that's Grant Geiger with his first goal of this contest to make it 8-3 at the 4:24 mark of the third quarter. And see, that's what I'm saying. They want to play fast.
Yeah, they want to go, and they should. I mean, again, it's
you
just
have
it's
to,
matter,
right?
and you have to at this point in the game.
Right.
But also, don't let their defense set. Don't let Fullerton's defense set, and don't let the goalie get set. And just keep pumping away as much as you can. This is a huge face-off for them. They got to get the ground ball. They got to, again, it's always going about getting on runs and seeing what you can pick up. If they get on a 2-3 goal run here, it's a different ball game.
And you see Aiden Kennedy actually is up on the face-off right now, competing for it. He's the one with the green handle.
Yeah.
Right? He almost came up with it there. And he's going to step up and ride this defender right now. Just misses it. Oh, boy. Nice save by Davis. I don't know if we're going to have a push. No, we're going to have in the crease. So Davis has made 4 saves.
And now they got to push. Now they can push a little bit.
You got to run through the GB. You got to get low. That's going to be a high hit on A-Walt. At least that's what I saw.
Tempers are starting to get a little.
Yeah, it's getting chippy out here a little bit. The intensity's definitely picked up. Well, San Diego knows they're in kind of sense of urgency mode right now. Right, and they need every GB they can get. They're going to scrap and crawl and do whatever they can to get back into this contest. Wow.
Got to finish.
Nice job by Harvey. Great patience and composure on that shot right there. We saw him earlier in the game, where he took a shot about 1 yard above goal line. That one, he throws the pump fake, gets to the middle of the field, and has an easy goal to make it 8-4 with 3:17 to go. And this is what San Diego wants to do.
Exactly. Yeah, and they want to push the pace and go on these runs and
make it a scrappy game. Right? Aiden Kennedy's going to come up the wing again. Right? Get your best athletes involved. Right? And you're going to give out. You want him to shoot that.
That's a good shot to take. Yeah, I mean.
But that's a pull, shooting the ball on the run, actually going away from the goal. But if you're San Diego, you want to play fast. So hey, yeah, shoot it. Play fast. Right? We don't want you to do that. I mean, you don't want Kowalski, who's our best offensive player right now in the game, to do that. But, if you're a pole, shooting the ball on the run, I mean.
Cal State Fullerton goal, number 20, Alex Kowalski.
That's his 4th of the day.
Yeah, it's his 4th of the day, and it's a nice little hitch move right there.
I mean, he's got 4 goals. Everybody else, one guy, Simpson's got 2. Goebel's got 1, and Core's got 1. I mean, again, if you're San Diego, if it's me, at this point. You're down 5. You may want to think about maybe locking them off, and
Yeah, you got to do something.
I mean, you got to do something, and maybe it's a dramatic move. But
I don't think so. Don't let Kowalski beat you. Get the ball out of Kowalski's stick and get the ball out of Willis' stick.
I mean, I would just
someone else beat you.
I would just shut him off.
Yeah, you could
and make him have to work for the ball.
But for Cal State, I mean, they did a good job responding right there after giving up 2 goals. Right? I mean, you're up 8-2, then it goes to 8-4, and great way to respond to make it 9-4.
All right.
We're going to have probably an
illegal substitution.
Exactly.
But you're right. They got to push the pace now.
Yeah, they're going to go to the goal. AWOL's going to go to the goal right here. Right?
And again, and
they're going to get a loose ball push, but that's a nice save. But I don't know about the angle.
Again, and it's high to high. Make that goalie get technical. Low to high, high to low. Change levels on your shot.
Yep. I mean, that's Loreno's 12th save of the contest. I don't know how that feed was going to get to him.
Force-fed the crease.
So coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. They're offsides, right? Cal State's offsides.
They are, yeah. They're off. They only had 2.
Getting a little sloppy here right now.
But again, San Diego's getting chances.
Exactly.
They're getting breaks. They got to
and they're going to get another chance right here. I mean, this is a good time to go to the goal. All right, slows it down. Well, Harvey was the one who turned it over on that last possession, so he's not going to do it again. Unless he throws it right here to a guy wide open. Good lift on the GB there. Pick it up and go. Exactly.
Go.
Wow,
off the pipe.
Yeah, off the top crossbar.
As
Geiger
they say in
just
soccer,
misses.
He hit the woodwork.
Yeah, he hit the woodwork. Actually, I like Aiden Kennedy going to X there. Nice look inside. Harvey.
All right, here comes San Diego.
Chase Webb on the finish. Harvey with the nice feed.
Number 23, Chase Webb. Assist. Number 22, Drew Harvey.
So we got a 9-5 with a minute 23 to go here in the third quarter. Pace of this game has picked up a notch. Both teams, we got 8 goals. Right, 8 goals in this quarter. We only had 6 in the first half.
Well, I think San Diego is they're trying to find that solution. They're getting some opportunities now.
Face-offs are going to be key. Good hustle there. Minute 5 to go here in the third quarter. I think if I'm Cal State, I'm going to hold for the last shot. Right?
There's no urgency on their part now.
You don't want to give San Diego an opportunity to get their 6th goal of the game. But they're going to. Loose ball push here. There's a play on. Right, but if I'm Cal State, why not just, hey, we'll start dodging at the 22nd mark or something, whatever that time is.
Or even if the clock runs down at the end of the quarter. I mean, you're still up 4 goals.
Worst case, right. Worst case, you're up 4 goals.
You're not giving up anything on the transition. You're not giving up at the end of the quarter. That's going to change the momentum.
You can hear the San Diego coaches asking their defenders to pressure the ball. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Core with a nice look. And Kowalski again. Kowalski has 5.
And I'll say it again. Shut him off.
Shut him off.
Just shut him off.
Number 2, Spencer Corp.
I would love to see, the short 6 shut off their guys and then the 4 poles just play their guys straight up and see what happens. Because it's happened before. San Diego slides one guy. There's no 2 slide. And Cal State has a easy finish.
I mean, you take him out of the equation, it's an even ball game. And, sometimes it's easier said than done to shut somebody off. But at this point in time, you're going into the fourth quarter, you're down 5. Now is the time.
No question. No question about it. So coming off the 10-second mark here. 5 seconds. And that's the quarter. So here we are, 10-5. Cal State Fullerton over University of San Diego. At the end of 3, we have 1 quarter to go.
San Diego 5.
We'll come back shortly. All right, welcome back to the SLC semifinals. This is our second contest of the day. In our first game, we had Concordia. It was victorious over Northern Arizona University 23-8, so Concordia will play the winner of this game. We were 10-5 here, Cal State Fullerton over to University of San Diego. Fourth quarter, Coach. You're the University of San Diego. What are you thinking right now?
We got to pop 1 or 2 early here, and we got to find a solution on Kowalski.
Right, Kowalski has 5 in the game. San Diego has 5 in the game. And he might have 6 right there. Oh, just misses high. You got to win faceoffs too, right? I mean, and here we go again. Nice. Oh! Kowalski with a 6 right there.
6.
On the quick whistle. And this is something we talked about during the break, was where is the energy level of San Diego right now? Do they have enough energy? Do they have enough energy to get themselves back into this contest?
I mean, it's got to start off the faceoffs. They got to win the faceoffs. They got to win the ground balls, and they got to get their offense moving.
Sure.
And again, on the defensive side, I've said it all game. You got to shut off Kowalski at this point, because you don't have a solution within your defensive package right here.
Bobo with a nice GB. Good ride, good pressure by San Diego, and they get it back. Wow, good hit. That's Simpson. Nice little body check on Kennedy. Frees the ball. I mean, when things go San Diego's way, and then it doesn't go their right, it's like pretty quick, it doesn't go their way. They get a nice, GB off the face-off, and then Kennedy loses it within seconds. And then Cal State Fullerton's going to come down here and take their time, manage the clock, kind of control the situation. And the thing is, Cal State plays a little slow, but it's like when they want to play fast, they can play fast too.
Oh, I think the thing that's impressed me with Fullerton right now, and plus they're good athletes. I mean, you can just see that they're just very athletic.
Good.
Again, here's a chance for San Diego. They got to push the pace a little bit here now.
Wow, that's a high hit right there. We got a flag down. It's going to be a high hit. This could be a goal and one. Not a lot of angle there on that shot. And Loreno gobbles it up. And we've seen that. We've seen that throughout this game. The San Diego players, they're taking shots that might go in. Might go in.
Roughness, excuse me.
You got to take shots that you know are going to go in.
Right.
16 white, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute.
You might think they're good shots, but in essence, they're really not great shots.
Especially at this point in the game,
that's
in the
not a
fourth
good
quarter.
shot.
I mean, in the first quarter, you take what you take, and you got plenty of time. Now, every possession's important. Every possession's valuable. To take an ill-advised shot and lose possessions isn't going to help you.
Yeah, any team I've ever coached, I've always said you don't take a shot unless you feel you can score that shot 50% of the time. Right? So don't take it. If you can't score 50% of the time from where you're going to shoot it from, don't take the shot. Because you can always work for something better. Right? You can always work for something better.
I mean, there's 12:40 left in the game here.
Well,
there's plenty of time.
Nice look inside.
There you
go. Harvey finds Geiger. That's Geiger's second of the game. They needed that one. 11-6 at the 12:35 mark. Now San Diego's got to win some face-offs here.
Assisted by number 22, Drew Harvey.
But again, here's where San Diego's got to pick up that sense of urgency, and they've got to fight like crazy to get that ground ball here on this face-off. They got to win this face-off, and they got to push. If they can go on a 2 or 3 goal run here, it changes the complexion of the game. It knocks Fullerton back on their heels a little bit. Then they start thinking, okay, put them into a little bit of a panic mode. But that can't happen unless they get possessions.
San Diego wins the clamp. We're going to see who gets the GB, and it's going to come out with Hobel. Comes up with a great GB, finds his teammate. Core with a nice one more. That's a nice one more pass by Core down to Willis. Most middies would take that shot. I thought that was just a nice little one more pass right there. And it really started with Hobel. That was a GB off the face-off.
By number 2, Spencer Core.
Right, so nice play by Fullerton there. And that's how you respond. And they have responded multiple times today after a San Diego goal to get one for themselves. And that's why they haven't allowed San Diego to get back into this game. I mean, they essentially, they get up 4-1, 5-1 in the first half, and they haven't looked back.
And every time San Diego does score, they have a solution. They come back and they negate him. So Fullerton's doing everything they need to do.
Yeah.
But again, there's another opportunity.
Yeah, Roush has to have that GB. And there's Core, who just had the assist. Smart play, goes back to the goalie. Right, some players would try to run up the field there, try to dodge both defenders. Where Roush just goes back to the goalie, lets Reno find the open man, and then the easy clear. You can always go back on a clear. More likely, probably 99% of the time, somebody will be open behind you. You don't always have to go up the field.
And that's the mentality, is let's get up and out.
I know,
Let's get up and out.
I know. But you know what? You got a goalie like Loreno who's got great hands. He's got a good feel for the game. If you get the ball on his stick, they're going to clear it.
And especially at this,
there you go. Oh!
And at this point in the game, again, you take time, relax,
exactly.
let the clock be your friend, and work the ball up, redirect up the other side of the field, and get out.
So we're at the 11:20 mark of the fourth quarter. Cal State Fullerton pretty much in control. They're up 5-1 at halftime, and they really haven't looked back. He scored the first goal of the third quarter to make it 6-1. And they've obviously increased their lead a little bit from there. And there's a nice skip pass Willis just misses the mark. And we've talked about this a little bit. I'm just going to say it again. I like the fact that Cal State Fullerton is a team that can play slow and can play fast. You know, you look at, like Brown right University right now. I mean, they're putting up numbers, so they want to go and go and go and go. The big question for them, if a team slows it down on them, can they win like the 8-7 ball game?
Right.
Because right now they're winning games, putting up 16, 15 goals a game. If you only score 9, can you win?
I mean, they put a thumping on my old team, Cornell, last week.
Oh, I know. It was like 20 goals or something.
I think it was 22-7.
Right. So, that's always the question, right? And it's hard. It's hard to coach it. It's hard to coach guys that play fast and slow. And usually the teams that can do it are teams that have veterans, guys that have been around, juniors and seniors, because it's hard to teach freshmen and sophomores to play both ways. So that's what's impressed me the most. Is that Fullerton can play fast, they can play slow, and then their goalie play. Marino's been on fire. He's got 13 saves, 6 goals against. That's gonna keep you in a lot of ball games.
I mean, he's had a great game today, and again, a lot of it he's just made some really nice saves. On the other side of it, San Diego's just taking some really, really questionable
not the
shots.
Best shot. Yeah, not the best shots, but you know what? He's making the saves look easy.
Sure.
And that's a sign of a good goaltender is when he makes it look easy. There's a lot of goalies out there, like every save they make is like the best save they've ever made. It's
he's
like,
got confidence.
just make it look easy.
Act like you've been there before.
Exactly. So we're at the 9:35 mark. Wow, there you go. Aiden Kennedy gets his second of the game. And that's the thing. They want to score the first 5 to 10 seconds of this contest, or of their possession. Sorry. They want to score early into their possession. And Kennedy went right away, and he, closes the gap within 5.
And again, here's a chance. They got to win this face-off. They got to get the ball down. They got to start banging shots here. They can get back in this game. Again, I'll go back to the UNC Notre Dame game last week.
Sure.
Where everybody thought that game was over.
Sure. I did.
I did too.
I didn't even watch the fourth quarter. What was it? UNC scored 7 goals in the fourth, like the last 7 goals of the game.
Yes, yeah, it was one of the best comebacks I've ever seen.
Well, that's the great thing about lacrosse, right? I mean, there could be 5 minutes to go, and you could be down 5, and you can tie it up. Win it in overtime. It's a fast-paced game. Officials, right? If you slow it down, you got to keep it in or timer on call. So you can't just hold on to it for 5 minutes. You have to play. And there's still a lot of time right now. And, if you're San Diego, you got to pressure, shut off with your short sticks. Right?
That's a miscommunication defensively. There's no second slide.
Yeah, that's number 23, Goebel. That's his second of the ball game.
But again, this is typical of the game today.
This is how it's going.
San Diego answers, comes back with a goal, and then Fullerton answers back.
Yep.
So, every time that San Diego tries to close in on the gap,
University of San Diego.
Fullerton finds a way to keep the separation. So, it's that kind of game today.
Yeah, it's been that way the whole time. So we're going to take a break here. San Diego calls a timeout. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. 8:51 to go in the fourth quarter of our second semifinal game of the SLC Division II Conference Tournament. Cal State Fullerton 13, San Diego 7. Before San Diego's timeout, Coach Pete and I have been talking about how just Cal State Fullerton's been able to respond throughout the entire game. You know, San Diego will get a goal, Cal State Fullerton gets one back, and that's you know, you got to give credit to the players out there to keep their head on, right? Keep their body language as a positive, and to be able to respond the right way.
Well,
right?
Fullerton's played steady the whole game. I mean,
They have.
They haven't panicked. You know, they've given up goals. They haven't panicked. You know, they've maintained that like I call it separation.
Wow.
That's a pretty goal.
And that's a flag. That could be. That's going to be at the end, right? That's going to be.
It'll be a goal count, and it should be a man of face-off.
I don't think it's going to be a face-off.
I think he waved it off. It was
he waves up. Wow, I thought it was late. I thought it was after the ball went in.
I guess he called a push.
Right, that's going to be Harvey with
San Diego goal number 22.
His second goal of the game. It's a good time out there by Coach Parr and for his players to come out. It just seems odd to me. Like, you know, whenever there's a whistle, you got guys walking over the field. It's like, I'm trying to gauge how much energy San Diego has right now because they're kind of slowly kind of moving around the field. And then when the whistle blows, boom, they're going full speed. You know, body language right now for San Diego is not showing me that they can get back in this game. But there they go. Then they go make
brought Kennedy back up here up to the midfield on the face-off.
And they can score within 5 seconds. You know, we'll see what happens here if they can win the face-off. They're going to go early into their offensive possession. There's going to be a hole, and it's going to be San Diego ball. And here we go. Like, they will go to the goal.
Now you got to go. You got to go. Time.
And here's Kennedy with a short stick. Right, they should clear through. He can just draw one more. Too many men on the field, so we got a flag down. Too many for Cal State Fullerton. They got 7, and there you go.
And there you go.
Kennedy gets his third of the game. Now they're down 4 at the 8:05 mark of the fourth quarter, down 13-9.
Goal number 16.
They're not going away. Let's just say that. They are not going away.
And this is what we wanted to see in the first half.
Exactly. Attack early, right? Attack early. See what you can get.
Flag down is waved off again by the goal.
The goal wipes out the flag, so we're all even. Once again, 8:05 to go in this fourth quarter, 13-9. Cal State Fullerton over San Diego. There's a big face-off right here. And I think San Diego comes up blue. Great GB.
Now turn and go.
They got numbers again. They're going to get the ball around. They got numbers here. If Roush can go, maybe a draw and dump. All right, he's going to take his time. Once again, we don't know the energy level, right? It's a sunny day. The turf's warm. We don't know how much energy San Diego players have. Hopefully they have enough gas in the tank to close the gap to 3. Here comes Geiger. I don't know about this matchup. I would find maybe Harvey or Kennedy. There's a good look inside. Nice save. AWOL kind of ran out of angle on that one. But still, good look.
San Diego needs a good defensive stand here. They got
it. They can't.
And there you go. Here's an opportunity.
Yeah, that ball's going to find the sideline. There it is. So it's going to be a quick whistle here.
Pick it up and go.
And here comes Roush. See if he can one more the ball to Harvey, who has nobody on him right now. There's an offsides. Or too many men on the field for San Diego. It's unfortunate. I don't know if a player from the box area substitution stepped on. They had guys back.
I think one guy stepped on when he shouldn't. He stepped off quickly. The referee caught that.
Right. Good job by the officials to catch that. Even though he probably only took a half a step on the field, he's on the field.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, you're on the field.
There's nothing a referee can do. He has to make that call.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know about that shot. You're up 4.
You would be wise just to get that ball back at X. Settle down a little bit.
6:05 to go. You're up 4. You don't need to be taking these. You had a nice goal at the end. I'll give you. You had a nice goal at the end of the first
coach,
half.
I'm saying, hey, I love the enthusiasm, but think about what you're doing here.
Be smart. Wow, nice play by Willis. Just misses wide. Good backup by Snar. 5:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. San Diego has scored the last 2 goals to close the gap to 4. Going to need a stop here. Running out of time, and there's
And again, San Diego does a nice job defending. Just unlucky, can't get that ball. If they get that ball, they're up and out.
Yep, just off the top of the stick of Roush there. And here's the guy, Kowalski. I mean, he's got 6 goals on the day. Good slide. That's a clean slide right there. And he's still on the ground. And here we go.
We got an injury. He's
here
down.
We go.
As we talked about earlier, hopefully it's not nothing serious.
Go to the goal right now, Harvey. Just get the angle. All right. Wow. What a take by Harvey. Low to high to the offside of Larino.
San Diego goal number 22. Drew
Harvey's got a hat trick on the day.
And you got Kowalski hobbling off. So, again, you give up the goal, and hopefully you don't lose a man here.
Wow.
Because he's hobbling.
San Diego is on a 3-goal streak here. They scored the last 3. And once again, they're having their most success within the first 5-10 seconds.
And there's still plenty of time on the clock. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5:04.
When this face-off come down, it's a 2-goal game if they scored. And then, Fulton's got to be thinking, what are we doing here? Well, yeah, I mean, we talked about, using the timeouts early.
Yeah, it'd be a great time to use one. It'd be a great time to use one right now. That's kind of my mindset was around the, if the team scores 3 in a row, whether your players need a break or you just need them to calm down, in my eyes, it's just a good time to call a timeout. Nice face-off win, much-needed face-off win for Cal State. Easy clear for Cal State Fullerton. They're going to pressure that, and there it goes.
All right.
Ball goes out of bounds.
USD with another chance here. About 4.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time still.
That's a tough pass. Whitlock comes up with it. And here we go. We're going to have a draw and dump right here. 2-on-1 right there.
Push the numbers.
Pick it up and move the ball. Pick it up and move it to Kennedy. Let him go at the short stick right now. No doubt he wants to go to the goal. Good look inside. No angle on the shot. Geiger misses wide.
San Diego's got to start pressuring here on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have it in their repertoire, but maybe a 10-man might not be a bad idea.
10-man would be a great call, Coach. I like that. I just don't know how much energy they have.
And the 10-man is not something you just
No,
go into.
you got to practice that, and you got. I mean, right now, you got to leave it out here on the field. I mean, you're down 3:30 to go in this game. I don't care if you're tired. You find energy. Harvey wants it. Finds his man. Oh!
What a save.
Marino stones him up high.
That could be the save of the game right there.
Yeah, right now.
And then it turns around and there's a flag down.
Right now here. Right, you got a flag down. 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Man, that was the save of the game. No question about it. No question about it.
USD scores that goal, everything changes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're within 2. Still plenty of time. It's going to be a trip here on number 10.
We got Blue. Make sure we got
1-0 push. Technical.
Oh, they're going to give him for a push, so it's going to be 30 seconds.
Technical 30 seconds.
San Diego penalty is a push.
Now I don't know about you, Chris, but if it's me, I'm up 3 with 2:49. I got the ball. I can take 30 seconds
No
off.
question.
I'm not looking for a shot here,
No.
unless you absolutely have it. I mean, I'm taking
gonna,
my time.
I think I'm going to get this thing under 2 minutes if I can.
And I'm not upset if we don't even get a shot off on this man up, because I'm letting the clock be my friend here.
And Cal State's won some face-offs in this fourth quarter. They've won the majority of the face-offs here in the fourth, and so I'm thinking, look, worst case scenario, maybe they score a goal with 1:45 to go in the contest, and then they got to win face-offs, right?
Correct.
So I'll take my chances. I'm not looking to shoot, right? Like I'm not. There's no need for that.
I mean,
right?
They got the backup and they get to maintain possession. But again, let the clock be your friend. I mean,
right. So now we're all
USD's
even.
got to come up after the ball.
2:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Still no need to go to the goal.
No, I would be pulling them out. I would wait. I would wait for the clock. For the stall warning. I mean,
and they'll probably get it. Maybe around the 140, 145 mark. But you don't need to do that. But now you are going to the goal. So now, you just bought yourself probably another 30 to 40 seconds. Now they're going to double the ball on the end line, which is smart. Should have gotten into it a little earlier, right?
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, the goalie's out. The goal,
nice play by Willis. Oh, great save by Davis. Now you got to go into it now, right? Double on the end line.
There they go.
There it is.
They're locking everybody else off.
Now do you practice it, right? And great job. Great job by
But he's got to get tighter on Kowalski, too. I mean, I would be right up in his face. If they're going to score a goal, it's going to be anybody but him.
Here's Snar. Wow. Not the shot that you want. Wow! What a goal!
And it's
Kowalski. And it's Kowalski. Nice behind the back goal. Seventh goal of the game. Wow. Number 7. Man, that could be a Sports Center top 10 right there.
Well,
I don't know, man. That's not bad. Falling down, going behind the back.
I think it's safe to say we have the matchups for tomorrow at this point.
Yeah, 14-10. Looks like we're going to get a rematch of Cal State Fullerton and Concordia. Concordia won that contest.
I'm excited about that matchup now, too,
10.
because I'll tell you what, you got 2 really athletic teams going at it tomorrow.
2 good athletic teams, but play different styles.
Absolutely, but
different styles, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, Concordia's going to come at you full bore. They're going to run and gun, and Fullerton's going to play their game, which is slow and steady. So
slow and steady.
I think the key tomorrow will be
cruise control, man.
Can Fullerton stop that early onslaught, and in that first quarter and slow that game down?
Right. If you can dictate the pace of play, that obviously gives you the edge.
I mean, if they can slow down that transition early.
1 minute to go. Hey, San Diego's still playing here, which is great to see. Coaches are still coaching. I mean, granted, they're only down 4, and there's still 45 seconds to go here. And they might cut this to 3 right now. Harvey wants his left. There it is. What a shot. Man, Harvey's really coming around here in this fourth quarter. Actually, second half, he's got 3 goals here in the second half. That's that rollback that you like, that you talked about, right?
I'll tell you what, I love, you call it a 2-3-1. I call it a 1-3-2 because I go from behind. But I love the dodge, I love the rollback, and I love that second pass because that's always going to be there with the time and room shot.
Yep.
I would put my best shooter in that spot.
Yep. 15 seconds to go here. Scratch that. 16 seconds. Got ahead of myself. So it looks like we're going to have a rematch of last year's conference championship game between Concordia and Cal State Fullerton. 16 seconds to go. There's going to be a timeout. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. That was a quick timeout for San Diego. Once again, 16 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the game. We'll have 2 games tomorrow. Our SLC Division II championship game will be at 11 a.m. between Concordia and Cal State Fullerton. And then 45 minutes after that game, we'll have, and there's going to be a goal right there, a nice goal right there to make it 14-11 with 9 seconds to go. And before that goal, I was continuing to say that our second game will be 45 minutes after
goal number 23, Chase Webb.
the SLC Division II game. So once again, Concordia playing Cal State Fullerton at 11 a.m., and then we'll have Grand Canyon taking on Chapman 45 minutes after that game ends. Should be 2 great games. All 4 teams, in my mind, will be playing in the national tournament. At least I believe so. Cal State Fullerton's ranked number 17 right now, so we'll see kind of what happens with them. But I like to think they have a great chance of making the national tournament. Nice save, Marino. That's going to be the game. And why not? 17 saves for Loreno in the game. You know, and
that's
when this one ends, I look at Loreno, I look at Kowalski, obviously, 2 guys that kind of showed up and really was the big difference between, the difference for them, with winning this game today.
And conversely, if I'm USD, I ask myself the question, in the where was I in the first half? Where was our offense in the first half? They did such a better job in the second half of pushing the pace, playing their kind of game. And, I mean, they made it into a game. I mean, this game could have gotten out of hand, but they really did a nice job of playing their game offensively, which is push, play the game fast, pick up the pace. I mean, if I'm going to reflect, if I'm a team member there, if I'm a coach there, that's what I'm going to reflect back on tonight is, wow, had we played the game a little bit faster and played our game, we could have had this game.
And you the thing I would ask is, is it the experience? This is San Diego. San Diego went from Division I to Division II. San Diego, at least in my time, starting in 08, never got to the semifinals of the SLC tournament. They've never been – guys on this roster have never been in this game, right? And we talked about it where it just seemed like Cal State Fullerton kind of settled in before San Diego did, and that gave them that lead. That gave them the gap, right? And then all of a sudden San Diego settles down. Right, I mean, look, the game at half was 5-1. We end at 14-11, right? And so, from the last 30 minutes of this contest, I mean, both teams look pretty equal. But I just look at the experience, and that's what you look at these 2 games tomorrow. Cal State Fullerton versus Concordia, both have experience of being in the championship game. Chapman taking on Grand Canyon. Both teams have experience of being in the championship game. Look, Grand Canyon won the Division I title last year. For our conference, for the SLC conference. Concordia won it last year. So, you're going to have 4 teams competing tomorrow that all have experience of playing in these big-time games. I truly think that within the first 2 minutes of the contest, we're going to say, all right, both teams are settled in, here we go.
Right, yeah, and again, it's going to be who can impose their will on their opponents quickest. I mean, again,
right.
In the Division II game,
control the tempo of the game.
In the Division II game, Concordia's going to come out all fired up, just like they did today, and they're going to try to pump that pace early. Fullerton's going to want to settle it down. So again, it really comes down to who can impose their will on their opponent and take control early. In the Division I game, again, it's very similar. It's almost like mirror images. I mean, because you got a Grand Canyon who just. In my mind, I said it last night. It's like watching a box lacrosse game on the field. The way they move the ball and play.
Zadok and Farrell.
I used the term last night. It's a Navy term. Gentlemen, the smoking lamp is lit, and that's what they do on offense. They just bang the ball.
They go.
Chapman's a little more under control, and Chapman's got some great guns too. So
sure, Dylan Garner, Wesley Greason.
I mean, I think both games tomorrow are going to be great games from a fan's perspective. just watching exciting lacrosse, because you're going to see you got 4 tremendously skilled teams here.
No question about it. I mean, hopefully everyone that tuned in today and last night, you check us out tomorrow. We'll start our broadcast 10 minutes prior to our first game, which will be at 11 a.m., which is our Division II championship game, and then 45 minutes after that game, we'll have our Division I championship game. So make sure you tune in with us. Go to our Twitter account. All the information will be there. You can go to our Facebook page. So thanks for checking in the last, today and yesterday, and hopefully you'll be checking in tomorrow. So once again, thanks, and we're going to call it a day here.